All right, shalom, shalom, brothers and sisters. This is Brother Yosef. I want to come back to you with another wisdom lesson today. This time, talking to you about the water and the fire. The water and the fire. So before I get into today's message, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button, click that bell button for notifications so that you can be updated on these future wisdom lessons. All right, so I want to talk about the water and the fire today. All right, so individuals, when they take a look at these wisdom lessons, of course, some of them are very positive and uplifting and motivational, inspiring. Some of them, they bring the correction, they bring judgment, they leave thoughts that individuals could take on with them on their journey. All right, and it goes on and on. But this one right here, I really want to share this message in a more serious fashion because we have a choice to make. All right, you know, this life that we're living in, this is not about fun and games. This is about pleasing the Most High, keeping His commandments and walking His ways. All right, the whole two duties of mankind is to fear the Most High and keep His commandments. You may be talented, you may be gifted, you may have all kind of things going on for yourself. All right, but if you are not living for the Most High and putting Him first in your life is in vain. All right, so let's get into the scriptures today. We'll turn your attention to Ecclesiasticus, the book of Sirach, chapter 15, and verse number 16. He said, He has set fire and water before thee, stretch forth thy hand unto whether thou wilt. So you got two choices to choose from. It's either you're going to choose the fire or the water, the fire of folly or the water of wisdom. Let's go a couple more scriptures above 16. Let's go back to 15 and verse number 1. He that feareth the Most High will do good, and he that hath knowledge of the law shall obtain her. That's one of the ways to obtain wisdom. Of course, you know, we got a past video about how to obtain her. All right, and as a mother shall she meet him, and then receive him as a wife married of a virgin. Number 3, with the bread of understanding shall she feed him, and give him the water of wisdom to drink. All right, so are you going to drink the water of wisdom, or are you going to put out your hand and touch the fire of folly? So many individuals today are reaching their hand out to get burnt. There are very few individuals that want to come to the fountain of life. There are very few individuals that want to tap in to the hidden treasure. That's going to give them more benefits than all this madness out here. All right, so let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 2. Look at Koheleth, the preacher. Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse 13. Then I saw that wisdom excelleth folly, as far as the light excelleth darkness. All right, after Solomon had some time on the earth, of course, this is, I will assume, way after he prayed to the Most High to give him wisdom as a child. All right, he was able to discern because he studied. Some individuals, they look at Solomon, they would say, well, he just prayed and asked for wisdom. The Most High gave it all to him at that one time. Is that really true? All right. Because as you can go further back a chapter before, he talked about he searched and he sought for wisdom. He didn't just, go back based off of that one prayer that did everything for the rest of his life. He sought wisdom. Right here in Ecclesiastes 1 and 13, I gave my heart to seek and to search out by wisdom concerning all things that are done under the heavens. So he went to search and seek out all things that were done under heaven. Not just the things that pertain to wisdom, but he set his heart to even find out folly. And as we can see in the scriptures, he participated in a lot of madness and folly. All right, but as he was able to get more experiences in the latter years of his life, he said, I saw that wisdom excelleth folly. The water tastes better than the fire. Wisdom excelleth folly. As far as light excelleth darkness. This is the differentiation. The differentiations between the two is that the light is the darkness and the water is the folly. That's how far apart both of them are. Both examples. They're polar opposites of each other. All right, so we need to be making sure that we are drinking from the fountain of wisdom. Wisdom is a fountain of life. You can go back to one of my older videos. You can see that. You can see it in the Torah of Wisdom on your own if you want to discover that. It is the fountain of life. That's where we go and drink and be refreshed from the water of wisdom. All right? But let's continue though. Proverbs chapter 18 and verse 2. So now that we know that fire is associated with folly or foolishness, it is up to us to be searching the wisdom scriptures to make sure that when we see these wisdom scriptures talking about foolishness and folly, that we make sure that we zoom in on these scriptures to make sure that we don't continue to follow in those ways. All right, some of us, we can look at our own lives. We can replay the events of our life, and if we just wrote down on a clean sheet of paper what got me here, we've made a lot of foolish decisions. So if we look back at the clean sheet of paper and we do the exact opposite, we will in most cases be walking in wisdom. All right, just by examining the deeds of our past. But let's continue though. Proverbs chapter 18 verse 2, a fool, or one that walks in folly, a fool has no delight in understanding, but that his heart may discover himself. All right, so a fool, they do not delight in understanding, and the definition of folly is one that lacks good sense. This fool, he said, he has no delight in understanding. He don't want to understand the ways of the Most High. It said, the scripture says, but that his heart may discover itself. All he wants to do is do things that's pleasing, or she do things that's pleasing to their flesh. All right, and I'm here to tell you today, all right, if you are going to make the decision to walk in wisdom, you are going to have to make sure that you are filling your jug up with the water of wisdom so that you can continually drink, all right, and have the proper nutrients, the proper strength that you need to, combat all these wicked forces that are out here. All right, so let's continue. Proverbs chapter 20 and verse number 3. It said, it is an honor for a man to cease from strife, but every fool will be meddling. It's an honor for a man to cease from strife. That's what we are supposed to do when we're drinking the water of wisdom. The water of wisdom will show us, all right, that we need to stay away from situations that deal with strife. But the person that wants to put his hand out there and touch the fire, all right, that want to deal with the folly of the fire of folly, all right, they're going to continue to be meddling. They're going to be meddling in individuals' business all the time. They want to know the latest gossip. They want to be involved. They can tell you everything that's happening in social media. They can tell you everything that's happening within the community. They always meddling. These are individuals, according to wisdom, that we need to separate ourselves from. All right? Talked about that on a previous video about the law of associations. If you associate with these individuals, you're going to be like unto them. Don't think that you can be strong enough to say, I can be around individuals that talk and run people down and talk about individuals all day long. It's not going to affect me. No, it will affect the best of us. It will affect each and every single one of them. Be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners. Don't think that it won't fall up on you. All right? So, Proverbs chapter 26 and verse 4. All right, Proverbs chapter 26 and verse 4. And I want to, let me see if something comes to my mind real quick, because I talked about that fire, and I want to be able to go back to something real quick, because this is a real serious thing right here. All right, when we talked about fire, let's go to Proverbs chapter 6 and verse number 26. All right, I'm going to go to 25. Now, the fact it said, lust not after her beauty in thy heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. Number 27, can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burned? Do you want to keep playing with the fire of folly? Can a man take fire into his bosom and his clothes not be burned? Can one go up on hot coals and his feet not be burned? So this is asking a question. Can a man take fire into his bosom and it's not going to burn him? Can a man tiptoe and walk on hot coals and his feet not be burned? All right. It says, so he that goeth into his neighbor's wife, whosoever toucheth her shall not be innocent. Men do not despise a thief if he steal to satisfy his own soul when he is hungry. But if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold. He shall give all the substance of his house. But whosoever committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. A wound and a dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. Continue to read. For jealousy is the rage of a man. Therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. He will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content, though thou giveth many gifts. You see that right there? So when the person is playing with the fire of folly, they're going to go into another man's wife. All right? And a woman that's touching the fire of folly, she can be married and she can be out, dealing with the inhabitants of the land. Go to Proverbs chapter 7. You can read more about that. She's calling them from the high places. She's calling them from her balcony. All right, she's thirsty. All right, she's not thirsty for the water of wisdom. All right, but she's thirsty, as the hood likes to say, the street vernacular. All right, thirsty. All right, out here, hungry, seeking for someone. She talks about that in Proverbs chapter 7. She said, diligently I came forth to seek your face. She's been searching and plotting. Don't be one of those individuals that's playing with the fire of folly, because it can cost you your life. All right. It said her house is the way to hell, going down to the chambers of death. All right. Proverbs chapter 26 and verse 4. Answer not a fool according to his folly, lest thou be also like unto him. You ever seen someone saying, I'm not going to stoop down to your level? This is what this is talking about. It said, if you answer a fool according to his folly or her folly, the scripture says you will be like unto them. Isn't that what we just talked about, the law of associations? All right, number 5. Answer a fool according to his own folly, lest he be wise in his own conceit. So if you stoop down to the level of someone that's touching the fire of folly, that does not want to drink the water of wisdom, it says you will be like unto them. And in their mind, all right, they are wise in their own conceit. Now, because y'all on the same level, you may have been someone that they look to as an individual that has wisdom, but because you stoop down to their level, now they're wise in their own conceit. Ecclesiasticus chapter 7. All right, Ecclesiasticus chapter 7, and we're going to go to verse number 17. It says, humble thy soul greatly, for the vengeance of the ungodly or the folly is fire and worms. All right, I'm going to say that one more time. Humble your soul greatly. It's a lot of pride going on out here. It's a lot of individuals that need to be taught that pride is sin, according to the Torah of wisdom. All right? Humble thy soul greatly, for the vengeance of the ungodly is fire and worms. All right? You can look at that as the lake of fire. Some of you may equate it to hell. All right? The vengeance of the unrighteous, or the ones that choose folly, is fire and worms. Do you want to suffer fire when your life is over with? Do you want worms to be crawling over your corpse? All right. Do you want to be somewhere burning up over and over Olam for a long extended period of time? Or do you want to be somewhere drinking the water of wisdom here on earth so that you could be able to make it into the fountain of life? The crystal clear water that's awaiting for those of us that pass this test in this existence called earth, or this life that we have to experience, choosing if we're going to serve the Most High or we're going to war with the evil one. Choose you this day who you're going to serve. All right? Is it for the Most High? Or stop being lukewarm. Stop trying to play the middle. You can't play both sides. It's either you're going to serve the Most High or you're going to serve the devil. It's either way. Choose you this day. Are you going to drink the water of wisdom, or are you going to continue to play with the fire of folly? Until the next time we meet again, I pray the Most High shine his face on each and every one of you, and that he keep you in perfect peace. Till the next time we meet again, shalom, shalom.